Carolina Panthers, Carolina Panthers. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Once again, I have to tell y'all, this is my opinion. This is not for everybody. This is my opinion. I am a Carolina Panther content creator / media personality, and I am your favorite Carolina Panther content creator to hate, and I'm your #1 Carolina Panther troller. And you can call me the Stephen A. Smith of the Carolina Panthers. This is S.L.R. Let me tell you about the Carolina Panthers. Let's break this down. Dave Canales has been exposed. He was exposed last season as a first year head coach. As a first year head coach, who makes the mistakes of not playing their quarterback that you're trying to know? You got to know his traits. You got to know what you got to know his likes and his dislikes. Dave Canales, your first year as a head coach, you only played Bryce Young one series in the preseason. Who does that? Who does that? A quarterback that needs all the NFL reps he can get. This is your franchise quarterback. You was handpicked to fix Bryce Young. You, Dave Canales, you was handpicked not only to fix Bryce Young and turn him around, make him a top 5, top 10, or prove and show the reason why he's the #1 pick from 2003. And also your trajectory of taking Bryce to the next level is supposed to propel my team, the Carolina Panthers, back into the playoffs. See, Dave Canales, they say you was a quarterback whisperer, guru. You missed a fixer. Allegedly, you fixed Geno Smith. Allegedly, you fixed Baker Mayfield. So since you are so good of fixing below level average quarterbacks and making them Pro Bowl caliber, Bryce Young's supposed to be a good, easy fix for you, right? Right? So you was a first-time offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First time. Calling plays, not even having a fully developed playbook. You're building a playbook. You in the building a playbook phase. And you still are right now. You had the opportunity of being a head coach. Nobody knew who you was except you was the offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay. Woo. This is something that GM Dan Morgan did. GM Dan Morgan, you're on the hot seat too. Because you are the reason why Dave Canales is here. You signed off on him. You had more better options than Dave Canales. You know that, and everybody else knows that. So somehow, some way, Dave Canales comes in with the idea of not playing Bryce in preseason. Let him just play joint practices. And let's give him a series or 3 series in a preseason game that we know that most starters are going to play. So your idea and your philosophies are practice, prep work is better than playing in the preseason. You're telling me that Bryce Young, who had one of the worst rookie seasons as a quarterback, coming into his second year, does not need substantial playing time in preseason. Just practice, joint practice, preparation, studying the playbook. That's good enough. We'll have him ready for week 1. Follow the game plan, follow the method. What happened? Week 1 of last year was a disaster. Week 2 last year was a disaster. Bryce was benched. Bryce played one preseason game against the Buffalo Bills, one series. The Bryce drive. The Bryce of all Bryce drive. They said that drive in the preseason against the Buffalo Bills last year was the best drive they ever seen Bryce play, not including college. One. And that was against second team. Let's shoot back. 2025. Carolina Panthers, Dave Canales, Dan Morgan, David Tepper followed the same method as they did last year. Remember, they only won 5 games last year. Same method. Except Bryce Young played in 2 preseason games. 3 drives. Total 3 drives. 1 good drive, first game against Cleveland. Next game, 2 disastrous drives. Didn't even see the 3rd drive. Remind yourself, Bryce Young, we was hearing that Bryce Young was throwing interceptions in training camp, OTAs, all this and that now. All this and that. And still the same time the Carolina Panthers is pumping out content of Bryce getting chased with a smile on his face with the big huge helmet on. Bryce is ready to take off. Bryce is the franchise. Bryce has control of the team. You got the Carolina Panthers probably paying certain networks to mention the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers take it, clip farm it, run it all through social media. Take the Techman mail and got the Carolina Panther Nation thinking big stuff going on. Big stuff popping, big things popping. Roll up in preseason, nothing popping. No scoring. Defense look horrible. Coaching look horrible. This is the problem. I told you. Bryce Young is the problem. Dave Canales is the problem. And Dan Morgan is the problem. I told you. This is going to be a disaster season. Not only Bryce Young will be benched, probably traded. Dan Morgan probably will be on the hot seat. Won't be fired, but be on the hot seat. Dave Canales will be 2 and done. This is it. This is it. Because we cannot have this type of head coach that thinks that his quarterback is better worth suited for regular season and not to play in preseason because you're trying to hide how bad he is. You've seen him in practice. You've seen the worst. And so only imagine if you've seen worse in practice, how bad it can get in regular season. Why are you trying to hide him, Dave Canales? We know he's bad. He's 5'10". We know you're going to lose your job because of Bryce Young. What does Bryce Young have on Dave Canales, Dan Morgan, and David Tepper? How did you go get Bryce Perkins? Who is Bryce Perkins? Matter of fact, who cares? I seen Bryce Perkins. He is a Teddy Bridgewater clone. That's all he is. Lack of arm strength, no credibility, no threat. He's not even a threat to Bryce. He's not even a threat to even make Bryce even play better. You could have went and traded for Anthony Richardson. Why didn't you do it? He already got guaranteed money. All thing you had to pay was the base salary. You telling me there's not better quarterbacks out there right now that can land on the team, can play for the Carolina Panthers, that's not better than Bryce Perkins? Bryce Perkins? UVA Bryce Perkins? University of Virginia Bryce Perkins? And see, y'all call me a hater, or you say I'm not a fan because I criticize my team. When they making moves like this and doing stuff like this, you're going to get criticized. You best believe you're going to get criticized. This is only the beginning. This offense is bad. This coaching staff is bad. We got one of the worst head coaches in the league. Offensive coordinator, he's even worse. Defensive coordinator, This is a bona fide disaster. And for that, we will be picking the number one pick in the NFL draft again. Again. I don't want to hear you crying. I don't want to hear you whining. I don't want to hear none of that. Because I told y'all, you're going to listen to the real Carolina Panther. I'm going to give you the juice. I'm going to give you the drop. I'm going to give you the realness. This team is not good, and you got a head coach that is hiding a quarterback deficiency because he's that bad as a quarterback. He does not stay in the pocket. He sees stuff that he shouldn't even be seeing. Why can't you just stay in the pocket and make the throws? You got to run to your right. They know everything you're going to do, Bryce, and your head coach is not going to be able to save you because he's not even a good curator or making plays himself. He's nothing. Listen, I'm going to be a Carolina Panther through it all. But I'm going to come here and give you the drop every day or every week. Because you deserve it. And you got to hear it. You know, it says keep pounding. It says keep pounding, right? Keep pounding. David Tepper doesn't care about keep pounding. He does not want to hear that. That's not the motto for him. It's not. So stop y'all hollering about that keep pounding stuff. It's not going to work. David Tepper does not care about that. That was under Jerry Richardson. This is a new regime. When are you going to learn that? Only real Carolina Panther fans know what I'm talking about. These new Carolina Panther fans, they could care less for what I'm saying. Because all they care about is Bryce. Bryce is supposed to be elite. He's supposed to take us to the Super Bowl. Let's see. Playoffs are bust. I promise you it will not be a fourth year of Bryce Young. I promise you it will not be a third year of Dave Canales. Of the disaster. I told y'all. Go get John Gruden and watch how fast he turns his franchise around. Carolina Panther Nation, Carolina Panther fans, stand up. I'm out. Peace.